Saranya Raj, pursuing MTech Embedded System Technologies in Vailtech University. Today I am going to show a project demo on high performance computation for pattern recognition, using which I will be performing template matching of oblique impact craters on the lunar surface. Oblique impact craters are the craters which are formed by the low impact angle of the asteroids which are impacting on the lunar surface. So I am going to match those oblique impact craters from the original image, and I am going to process it parallelly using the high performance computation methodology. I am going to use India's first supercomputer, which was developed by CDAC, Pune, and I am going to use Param UA2, the one of the series of the first supercomputer. So I am going to show you the demo by interacting with the Param UA2. For the interaction, I am going to use an SSH terminal, which is nothing but the PuTTY. There are many SSH terminals like PuTTY, CuTTY and Mobex terminal. So in this I am choosing PuTTY, which is a very common and a general SSH terminal. So now I am going to show you a demo on that. So this is the original image I have chosen. This is the raster image I have chosen from ISRO. So I am going to detect the oblique impact crater. Detect in the sense I am going to match the oblique impact craters using this template matching algorithm I have already mentioned. And I am going to use a scripting language called Python. And to communicate between the processors, I am going to use MPI4Py. So I am going to take 7 templates and match all the 7 templates on this raster image, original raster image, parallelly by using the supercomputer as I mentioned earlier on the Param UA2. For doing this parallelization coding, I am using this MPI4Py for the communication between the processor nodes, and I am going to allocate the job script to allocate the resources for the processes I am using, and I am also going to show you very clearly about the process I am going to perform. So now I am going to go inside the PuTTY. In the PuTTY, when I run my program, my code which I will be showing in the end, I am running this program by allocating 7 processes by using the command mpi run -np7 python template _ matching _ pn.py, which is nothing but my file name. This is my file name. So I am using the timing parameter in the Python coding at the beginning, so that I can get the timing, the start time, end time and everything. So this shows the start time. So more down, when we go down, it shows end time also. So before that, let me read the image. I am going to read the image by using tifdump. This tifdump and my image. I am performing this tifdump by installing the libtif library in the Param UA2. So by doing that, we can read the image, pixel, subfile type, image width, length, bits per sample, compression and many picture criterias. So as I said before, by using MPI run command, I am measuring the start time and also the end time of each process. Here the process will be executed, will be showing the time and will be executed in by any order, because if one template takes 0.002 seconds and if other template takes 0.4044 seconds, it will be displayed according to the time. Like if it will not display the output, it will not display the process in an order, because it will display as soon as the process which is taking less time finishes. So the next slide also shows the completion of the process. So it is taking 0.069. So the next thing is I am going to allocate the resource for the previous work. By allocating the resources, we are reserving the resource for the particular job. The job I am performing here is the template matching on the supercomputer. So I am allocating the resources. Here for allocating I am using VBS script. I am giving the name for my job as my_parallel_job, and I am sending it as a queue batch, and I am allocating 2 nodes and 2 processors. 2 processors in the sense 2 PPN nodes, in the sense 4 processor in each, 8 processors. So I am also allocating a CPU time as 4 hours. By allocating this 4 hour, I am actually giving a maximum wall time. So we always have to give maximum wall time, only then if the process is taking lots of time also it will not terminate the process very easily. So I'm giving the output and input location, output and input file save location, so that the obtained output will be saved in the particular location. Here I am giving the same directory from which I am submitting the job. So I am also giving a email ID, my email ID, and I am doing it so that I can get the termination, abortion and the beginning of the job I have submitted, the status of the job I have submitted, and the resources they have actually utilized. And I am also giving the working directory and the command which the program has to take and run. So I am giving this one, MPI run. This is the template. So I am giving this one. So complete command for running my program inside the job script. So when we run to check the job status, the complete status of the job, I am using a command called qstat-f and the job ID, so that I can know how much time it is utilizing, how much memory it is utilizing, how much wall time, how much virtual memory, everything in a complete thing. But when we give only qstat, we will get this one. When we give qstat command, I have given 2 jobs. So first job is actually running and the second job is in queue. After when the first job is getting executed, the second job will be released from the queue and it will start execution. So when we give only qstat, we will be getting a brief description about the job submitted. So when we actually when the job is being completed, we will get the output like this: my_parallel_job.o. means the output. If it is being executed as E, then it means error. The process haven't been processed properly. The job is not allocated with the proper resources. It has not utilized the resource which was allocated. So this will be displayed with .o and the job ID. So I had submitted 3 jobs and I had got 3 job outputs. So this is the brief qstat information about the 2 jobs. Both are in queue because previously I had given both the jobs, and one job is already in the running status. So this is the mail intimation I obtained from Param UA2 regarding my job submission and the resource allocated. So after when the job is terminated in the sense when it gets end, like when the job is completed, I am getting the status as 0 because the status is completed. And the CPU time, it is not taking much time. Memory, it is taking 708 KB for allocating the resources, and virtual memory, it is taking 1352.4 KB, and the wall time it is utilizing is 0.07 microseconds actually, very less time. And so this is the output obtained. Here in job script, each and every process will be processed very systematically, because it's not going to, it is performing parallelization but in a very systematic manner. So it will be, the process will be executed one after the other without we saw previously. So this is the advantage when we allocate the resources. So this is the output I have obtained. The rectangular, black rectangular box is the template matched. So I'm getting in this way. So I'm matching all the 7 in a single program. By using supercomputer you cannot access GUI, so I am actually saving this in a separate location by using IMWrite command from OpenCV library. So this is the time I have obtained. Here when I performed the same template matching on the normal desktop serially, I am getting 6.82 seconds. And when I perform the same serially on supercomputer, I am getting 0.948, which is 23 times faster than the normal desktop operation. And when I perform parallelization, it is more lesser than the serialization. So it is about 23 times faster than the desktop and as well as the serialization on the Param UA 2. So this is the time taken when submitting it in the 2 nodes and 8 processes in Param UA 2 by submitting the job script by allocating the resources. So this is the time comparison graph I have obtained. The taller one is the serialization on the desktop and the shorter one is the serialization on the Param. That is the supercomputer. So from this we can easily conclude that the serialization on the normal desktop is slow when compared to the serialization on the high performance computation background, that is on 2. And this is very process when I allocated the threads. So the time taken for each and every process is allocated on thread. And this is the complete overall time comparison. This shows the time serialization on desktop. This block shows serialization on Param UA 2 supercomputer. This shows parallelization on Param UA 2. So when compared to this and this, parallelization is giving a faster result for the image processing. So I am concluding that parallelization will always give the faster result, faster processing, and it reduces the time. When compared to the serialization on desktop, it is 23 times slower when compared to the Param UA 2. And this is the job script submission. It takes allocation of resources. It takes 0.5203. Since it is actually sequentially in the sense it is systematically doing, it is taking a little higher time when compared to serialization, parallelization on Param UA 2. Thank you so much for watching my video. I have clearly explained about the serialization and parallelization method, and by using the parallelization method, it is an advantage for any image processing or any other process, so that we can parallelly divide the jobs and feed it into as a thread by using the supercomputer, so that the serialization time taken for the serialization code to execute will be very huge when compared to the parallelization. So I conclude that parallelization will always be an advantage. Thank you.